back to this episode of Rocket Outdoors. My name's Brandon. Today I'm going to be doing a review on some items from Tethrd, including the Tethrd Menace saddle. I got my saddle in medium. The Sishauler ES 2.0. The Sishauler OG. The 11mm tether. And the 11mm Lineman. One shout out I want to give quickly before we get everything opened up to Tethrd. I'd like to say their packaging is phenomenal. I definitely really enjoyed the box when it came in, and it's nice that they always send a sticker with the equipment they send. So, with no farther ado, let's get this stuff opened up and get to looking at these different products. Alright guys, so here it all is out of the box. So I'm going to start with the Menace saddle here. My first impression out of the box is this saddle is really well made with really good materials. One thing that I really like about this saddle is the microfit adjusters that they have on the side of the saddle connecting to your bridge loops. So these loops basically they allow you to adjust the pressure point of your bridge. Some other nice features of the saddle, you have the standard molle webbing across the back. Tethrd made this saddle for sitters. It has a nice deep cup, so if you have a little more junk in the trunk, as they would say, or if you like to sit 90% of the time, which I do, this is a really good saddle for you. Another feature that they have on this saddle, something that I'm not crazy about, and I will actually be changing this myself, they have a 30-inch fixed Amsteel bridge on this saddle. The Amsteel is a great product. I love Amsteel, strong as can be. But for me personally, I will be changing my bridge to the adjustable bridge that I got from Hang Free. It's an 8mm Predator bridge. Sorry Tethrd, wish you guys had a adjustable bridge for sale. I would definitely have bought it if you had it, but I went with a different option just to kind of try to increase my comfort. Another thing on this saddle that I like is the leg connectors. I like that they're high visibility, and it's a lot easier of a connection than some other saddles that I have seen. Got a couple other little things that I'm looking at with this saddle that I like. They have very good high durability components. The clasp locks nicely. It's a really nice thick waist belt. Overall, this saddle just looks very, very well made. I'm really excited to get up in the stand. This saddle, Tethrd is running a deal right now. It's their Tethrd garage sale. I was able to pick this saddle up for $99. So if you're looking to upgrade just your saddle, get on the Tethrd right now. It's a limited time thing. They have the Tethrd Menace and they have the Eberhard Signature Series saddle. All in all though, I am really pleased with this purchase. I'm excited to actually get it out into the tree with you guys in a little bit. Next thing I want to take a look at with you guys is the Sishauler ES OG. It's a very nice, lightweight, breathable fabric. Has your standard molle connections on the back. Has two nice stretchable pockets on either side with a nice elastic in there. You can put caul, anything that you really need to stick in on the sides there. And it has a nice heavy-duty bungee for quiet opening and closing when you're accessing your ropes and whatever else you would keep in your Sishauler. To move on to the ES 2.0. One thing I think I like about the ES 2.0 a little bit over the ES OG is the extra pockets on the ES. It has two side pockets on either side. It has a nice storage pocket in the front. I don't know if you'll be able to see this from here, but there is also 3 interior pockets inside of the ES 2.0. I'm actually probably going to run this one on my right hip, holding my my his strap, my carabiners, maybe a grunt call, just the things that extra night eyes, gear ties, different stuff like that on my right hip. And actually I'm going to run the ES OG on my left hip, holding my Lineman belt and my tree tether. So the next thing I want to get into is looking at the Tethrd Lineman belt. it came set with a Prusik as well as 2 carabiners. The carabiners themselves are actually very nice. One thing I like about these carabiners, compared to some other carabiners, Tethrd carabiners are very lightweight for the rating that they are. This thing feels like a feather in my hand. Feels like a feather in my hand. So, looking at the rope overall, has spliced eyes on either end. It has a spliced eye. You got the stopper knot on the end here. Very heavy duty rope. It seems very well made. It also has a very strong rating. I believe it was about 5,000 pounds. It's a climbing grade rope. Overall, compared to my previous Lineman's belt, this is a major upgrade. So well done to Tethrd on that. Next thing I'm moving on to is the tree tether. It's an 11mm tree tether. Has the same ultralight carabiner that came with the Lineman's belt. They also run the spliced eye on their tree tether. The tree tether itself has a nice stopper knot at the end. I like that their tree tether and Lineman's belt are different colors. Makes it easier when you're setting up in the woods. Not that you'd make the mistake, but you'd be able to tell the difference easily when you're going to grab. Personally, I like to tie my Lineman's belt right into my saddle so there's no making that mistake. One modification I'll probably be doing to both these ropes is I will be removing my Prusik knot and running Ropeman 1 ascenders on both of these. Alright guys, so that's basically my take on the Tethrd Menace saddle. First look. The ES 2.0 and ESOG dump pouches, and the Lineman and the tree tether from Tethrd. So next step, we're going to get out to a tree and we're going to see how this saddle feels with the 30-inch aim steel bridge, and then at some point I'll be releasing another video with my full saddle setup, showing with the adjustable bridge that I got from Hang Free. Alright guys, see you outside. Alright guys, so I got this thing set up in the tree here. I'm only just going off the ground just for testing purposes. Alright, so we're going to get our first seat in the saddle here. Alright. So, like I said before, I'm most likely going to be running a Ropeman 1 on my tether instead of the Prusik knot. It's just easier to adjust when you're in a tree. First takes on the saddle and how it feels. It's very, very comfortable. It hugs the butt really nice. Kind of feels like I don't have much hip pinch in this as of right now, even with the 30-inch AM steel bridge. Most likely I'll be changing that out. But I'm going to play around a little bit now with the comfort channels, the microfit adjusters here. If you open them up, it kind of just sits freely. I noticed it did a little bit of adjusting here, but when you cinch this down, I don't know if you can see on here, but it actually, when you cinch down, it changes the pressure point of where your saddle actually rides on the bridge loop. So here I'm feeling a little bit more pinch. If you watch, it moves where that sits in the bridge loop. It feels pretty good. I'll spin around here, give you guys an overall look on the saddle. Like I said, it seats very comfortably. See how it feels when you sit. This is a very comfortable sitter saddle. It's riding a little high on me right now. But I can definitely see how this saddle is definitely made for sitters. Overall, I'd like to say great job to Tethrd on this saddle. I really like the deal you guys have going on right now, selling your Menace saddle and Eberhard series saddle for $99. I'm pretty sure it's a limited time thing, so if anyone's out there and looking to get the Tethrd Menace saddle, I would pull the trigger on it now before it's too late. I'm Brandon from Rocket Outdoors. Thank you for watching today.